Hey there, I'm Kelvin, the host of Bitetells, where we bite into the food and we tell you what we think. In this video, I'll be reviewing the one-piece meal from Popeyes, which comes with a Monkey D. Luffy's Bento Box with 2 pieces of chicken, a bowl of mac and cheese, a cup of Gum Gum fruit lemonade, and a Tony Chomper's strawberry cupcake. Unfortunately, I'm unfamiliar with One Piece, however, hopefully this meal is for us to enjoy. Since I'll be eating within the Popeyes, the audio will be muted, however, there will be a little voiceover. Let's go to Popeyes. Here we are at Popeyes with a 4.1 out of 5 stars on Google. You can see they have the poster outside promoting the Luffy bundle meal with the box, drink, and cupcake. Let's go inside. Here we are inside in line going to order the one-piece meal. On the screen here you can see it costs $16. With tax that's like $17 and it's a pretty pricey meal. Here we are seated. After 4 minutes the one-piece meal was ready for me to eat and review. Let's start with the Luffy Bento Box. On the top of the box you can see the main character Monkey D. Luffy. On the front of the box you can see the Popeyes X One Piece with a nice pattern on the bottom. On the left side of the box you can see the iconic pirate ship Thousand Sunny. On the right side you can see the characters Luffy and Chomper. I love the artwork on the bento box. A bento is described as a Japanese single portion takeout meal in the box. Perfect name for the one piece meal, which the show is from Japan. Here we have the Gum Gum fruit lemonade, a purple drink in reference of the devil fruit that gave Luffy his rubber body powers. The actual fruit tastes disgusting, so we'll see if the drink tastes horrible and gives me power. And here's the Chomper's cupcake with the pink color to match the Chomper's iconic hat. Let's now open the Luffy bento box and see what's inside. Inside the box you have 2 pieces of chicken and a bowl of mac and cheese. By default you get a chicken thigh and a leg, with a choice of making it spicy or classic. I believe you could customize the 2 chicken pieces with other parts of the chicken, such as a chicken breast and wings, but for now we'll deal with what we get. We'll now try the Luffy bento box, starting with the chicken thigh going in. The breading was slightly tough, crunchy, and seasoned, while the chicken was buttery, thick, and juicy like how Luffy loves his meat on the bone in the show. It's pretty good. I prefer Popeye's chicken sandwiches and tenders though. Here's the cross section of the chicken thigh. In addition, the chicken was extremely greasy, giving me sticky fingers. I would suggest having some napkins if you're planning to eat this. We'll now try the Popeyes chicken leg from Luffy's bento box going in. Once again, the batter was crispy while the chicken was savory and delicious. Overall, pretty good. Here is a quick cross section of the chicken leg. Now for the Popeyes homemade mac and cheese from Luffy's bento box. Here's what it looks like. I believe it represents gold that pirates find in treasure. They gave us a spork for the mac and cheese. Let's dig in and see what it tastes like. The homemade mac and cheese was steamy, creamy, and of course cheesy. The shredded cheese was sharp and comforting to eat. However, it was a bit bland and needed some seasoning. I believe you could choose your own side if you don't want mac and cheese. So far the meal wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad either. I give the Luffy bento box an 8.2 out of 10. I love the box design. The food was decent. I wish there was some bread, and the mac and cheese needs some seasoning. Now for the Gum Gum fruit lemonade. As you saw, I almost dropped the cup because it was wet and smooth, nearly slipping out of my fingers. Regardless, let's put the straw inside and take a sip. Let's see what it tastes like. Will it taste horrible and give me powers? Let's find out together, shall we? The Gum Gum fruit lemonade going in. The flavors were almost immediate. It was electrifying, tropical, and very tart. I mainly taste the pineapple. It's mostly sweet with the lemon, orange, and raspberry. It's not as sour as their typical lemonade. Unfortunately, it did not taste horrible, and I didn't receive a superpower. I think it only works if you bite into the devil fruit. With all jokes aside, despite the drink being refreshing and unique, I don't think it's worth $4. Maybe if I got the frozen Gum Gum fruit lemonade, I guess it would be worth it. However, for what it is, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's mostly good, but the price is a bit much. Who's ready for some dessert? Cause we got the Chomper's cupcake from Popeyes. Let's open it and see what's inside. Once it's open, you can see the pink frosting with the mini star spikes, a special design for the cupcake, and white sprinkles on top. Once again, they give us a spork, this time for the cupcake. Beneath the strawberry frosting is a strawberry cake, creating a double strawberry dessert. Here's the cross section of the cupcake. Chomper's cupcake going in. The frosting had a strong strawberry flavor compared to the cake itself. The cake was light, soft, and very sweet. It had a bit of moisture preventing it from being very dry. The strawberry flavoring was mellow, kinda like jello, however the sweetness overpowered the flavor. The white sprinkles were a nice touch to the cupcake. A little sweet treat from the salty chicken. The Chomper's cupcake was alright, however it's also $4. I felt like the quality wasn't at its best and it's not worth the price, which leads me to rate it a 7 out of 10. As a person who loves strawberry desserts, this was a little bit disappointing. What are my overall thoughts on the Popeyes one-piece meal? I thought it was a fun collab. We got a box, a new drink, and a new cupcake. We had some food like the 2 pieces of chicken that was crunchy and juicy. The mac and cheese was creamy and comforting. The Gum Gum fruit lemonade was electric and tropical with multiple flavors of fruits. And the Chomper's cupcake was soft and sweet, but the quality was a little bit low. But for $17, I feel like it's a bit of a stretch. I understand One Piece is a massive series with a fan base, but I felt like I didn't have that much food on my tray to make it worth $17. I understand that there is some loyalties and licensing fees for a massive promotion to bring fans and customers to Popeyes to eat and enjoy, but I suppose it's worth it for a fan, but for me, I'll save the money. Overall, it's a 7.7 out of 10 for me. This concludes the Bitetells video. My name was Kelvin. If you have any snacks or fast food meals you want me to try, leave them in the comments. I would love to read them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another food review. Goodbye.